this video about the differences between the first state and the second state copies of The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. Bibliographia Asiana, what is the reference book, identifies 8 major points, the difference between two states, but it's very hard to visualize all of those points without having the books in front of you. Here I have 2 books, both of them are the identical books except one of them is the first state and the second is the second state. One of the points, I'm going to go for all 8 points. I will try to open the pages and show the differences between them. So the first point is listing the advertisements for the Wizard of Oz books. On the first state copy, the advertisement that you can see right here, it's right in a box. That's what its first point. In the second state copy, the same advertisements should be without the boxes, as can see in an example here. The second point, on page 14, the first word should be lower whale on the first state copy. So if we look at the first state copy and we open page 14, you can see right here it starts lower whale on. If I open the second state copy, it will be on page 12. It's going to say here how it shows lower whale off, right there in the beginning, off. You can see that. This is the second point. The third point, on page 81, I'm going to try to open the page 81. On line 4th from the bottom, right here, there are word pieces. If you look at right there, it's misspelled. It says P-E-I-C-E-S. And if I open the second state copy on page 81, and we look at the same word, it's corrected P-I-E-C-E-S. And that's where that can be seen right there. The fourth point on page 227 for the first state should be, I'm opening the page 227. It should say Wild Tin Woodman. So you can see Wild Tin Woodman right here. And if I open the second state copy, I should see on page 227 Wild the Woodman right here, like that. You can see the difference. So this is the fourth point. The fifth point, the xylophone, what is the last page of the book, it should have 13 lines in the box, and that's how it looks like. There's 13 lines, and this is the box on the first state copy. So that's what that indicates. And if I look at the second state copy, that would be 13 lines without the box. So this is the second state copy. This is the sixth point. The next one is the color plate opposite of page 34 should have a moon, and in that moon there should be 2 dots in the moon. And this is the first state copy, so if you look at that, there's a moon, and you can see there's 2 dots right there in the details. You can see that. And now if I open the second state copy, page 34, as you can see, there is no dots on the moon whatsoever. It's blank. And one of the next points is the illustration opposite of page 92 should have red shading on the horizon. And if you look at that, that's where the red shading is in the horizon, right there. So if you can look at that very closely right there, that's what that indicates. And if we open on the second state copy, on page 92, you can see there is no shading whatsoever on the horizon. It's completely blank. There's a couple more points as far as the variants of the book. There's a B and C binding. This is the C binding, for example. What has happened, I don't know if you can see very well. That particular copy is very hard to see, but there's a C and O inside of that C. That's how it looks like. And on the B binding, it is C and O is next to each other. I don't know if you can see that well or not, but it's obviously C and letter O right next to it for the GOM hill. So that, I think, is the most of the points that can be covered on bibliography as the